for the past 7 months and they didn't run into Woodbury at Survivors. The Woodbury group appears to have been driving and scavenging items, and our survivors never bumped into them or the town. We don't know how far away these folks are.
That's true.
And in fact, it seems likely that they might be quite a ways away because, well, we'll find out, I guess, when Merle when I don't know.
Well, they drove him back from the helicopter crash site. That was a ways.
But we don't know. Lori and Andrea could be, or not Lori and Andrea, Jesus, that would be. Michonne and Andrea, we have no idea how far away. They've been walking for 8 months.
That's true. If they went in the opposite direction, then...
And Rick's group has been...
Potentially they could be 16-month travel away from the survivors.
I mean, they could be 100 miles away. I can, It's a lot harder than you think to bump into people like that. So, Erin wrote in episode 303, annoyed the piss out of me. Did anyone else think it's super hokey? We talked about it being on the verge of hokey on several occasions, and yes, it did transgress into hokiness a few times.
So these are current week's emails?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I crossed a Rubicon.
Yeah.
As of Tommy A's, worse than Andrew Lincoln's. We're into new season.
I assumed so.
New show episode. Really? Was the episode 303? Is that what
it was?
Tipped
That
you off?
And the governor. Yeah.
Everything about this episode was cheesy and felt poorly done, continues Erin. Lori and Michonne hiding in the woods. They were like 20 feet away from the governor, and the governor was a fern. I could go on with all the cheese from this episode, but I will end this ranty rant by saying the end was cool. Some people keep fish in their fish tanks, others keep severed zombie heads. I thought that was surprisingly understated. Like, I was expecting those heads to be moving around a lot more than they did. In fact, most of them seemed like they were dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only a few of them had eyes moving or like mouths.
Some of them definitely were.
Right.
Not sure.
James FQC says, maybe going on a limb here, but like this, if Aaron should only do podcasts after 3 fingers of scotch on an empty stomach. The man got double-digit likes on this Facebook comment.
Okay, so he was happy with your...
He was happy with my...
inebriation levels.
I don't...
Last episode.
I didn't make it all the way through last week's podcast, so I'll have to take his word on it.
Yeah.
I had a troubled relationship with alcohol this weekend, so I'm taking... I'm having a chaste glass of red wine tonight.
Okay.
Very classy.
Very nice.
For a show talking about a baby chomping on a man's dick from the inside of a womb. Very classy.
Yeah.
Eric C. says, it's like the show has a Gale, except he makes tea instead of coffee. And you like this. Thomas E. says, Dead Man's Brew on The Walking Dead.
No. Please stop. It's too much Dead Man's Brew.
Poindexter is pretty Gale-ish, though, isn't he?
Yeah. A lot of people are getting the Gale vibe from that guy. And I don't blame him because... I mean, he's a smart dude, just like Gale was. He's a scientist. He's brewing up tea versus coffee. A lot of comparisons there.
Trisha DB says, I wish Michonne had done more than just give everyone on town the stink eye, and Andrea had not been so willing and ready to curl up in the governor's lap like a puppy. We all know the governor is supposed to have a menacing edge to him, but this actor is coming off like as bland. The best part of the episode had to be Merle's entrance. Who could mistake that voice? Andrea certainly did not. I'd pass out too. Heather W-S says, I'd totally play the role of the governor's concubine if it landed me a safe place to live somewhere comfortably with warm showers and food. Don't judge me. He's looking pretty hot in this zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We talked about the female to male ratio. Juan TD chimed in, or Juan? No, it's Juan. There seems to be a lot more women, and I mean young, nubile, and fine women there than men. Also, that woman who was singing the praises of the governor and his men, which might be the same girl who was in bed with him, that's what I think, was talking as though she was complicit in the new normal. She said they only had 74 people in town with enough resources they could hold a lot more, but the survivors of the governor killed were all men, but Andrea and Michonne were kept alive.
Yeah.
Do you think... now we've got the listeners' take on it. What do you actually think there is a little bit of breeding operation going on here?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why I think Poindexter was wanting to interview, because I think there's
Andrea?
a whole subtext, a whole it wasn't about the interrogation. It's just like, are you sure you want to give this job to a hammer? He's won the velvet glove.
The hammer. Merle the Hammer Dixon.
That's right. Right.
Okay, in that light, I think there's more going on here. in those conversations than I first thought.
All right. She said the continuing.
Isn't there something in there?
He said
also when she's giving the tour where she talks about someone being pregnant.
Yeah, getting ready to pop,
and they're all encouraging and yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I like how they didn't play the governor as a straight up evil character from the beginning. It'll make for interesting drama later.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I want to see just how evil he gets.
Oh yeah.
See how dark they're willing to take him.
I'm curious about that as well. Levi R. says, did anyone else catch that Andrea is literally drinking the Kool-Aid, in parentheses, tea? I thought I thought when we were watching that there was some kind of nefarious agent in the tea, because the governor's like, I keep you around for this tea. And I'm like, okay, ha, ha, ha. But then when he's so insistent on drink that tea, I'm like, holy crap, is it going to have like LSD or truth serum or some crazy stuff in it?
I don't know. I remember I couldn't help but focus on the device that he was using to pour the tea. That thing where you just put it on top of the cup and push down. Because I had one of those a while back. Oh, yeah. I got really into tea. It's because you brew it inside of that, and then you just dispense it by pressing it on top of the cup.
Why wouldn't you just pour it out?
Because then you get leaves and stuff in it. This has a
filter.
filter.
The leaves are floating on top.
Yeah, the leaves are still in there.
Couldn't you just pour it through a screen?
Yes, you could get you could get the traditional tea stuff with the screen and the ball and all that stuff.
Man, this is
this way you don't need
trap. This is a gym trap. This is exactly the kind of thing you go crazy for.
No, this way you don't need to clean a screen. None of that stuff. When you're done with it, when the tea's empty, you simply wash it out with water.
Oh, yeah, that spring-loaded mechanism that dispenses tea never gets filthy.
No, never. Well, I threw mine away after a month.
That's also quintessential gym.
Yes, it is. Oh, boy.
Daniel M. wonders, was that the chopper we saw previously flying over Atlanta? Surely not.
It's been in the air a long time, if that's the case.
Like, it's been flying 8 months without any kind of real ground support, if that's the case.
Well, you got to wonder, was it at that outpost flying over?
Oh,
and
yeah.
before they
that's
got
like
overrun.
Its job is to find survivors.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, so it might be. You could be right about that.
Yeah, that's plausible. What do you think about the pilot statement is the chopper got beat up in a riot?
Really? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said the chopper got pretty beat up in the riot, but we wanted to risk flying the the traffic jam and
Well, that pretty much says that they haven't been flying this thing around for 8 months.
No, but I mean, that's if my theory is correct and the walls fell like a couple weeks ago, then
they could risk a trip.
Well, they've been flying for several months because they had the support of the base, but after the riot broke out, I'm just thinking a bunch of people are like beating on the helicopter and that damaged it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Daniel continues, this episode gave a serious Lost vibe. I kind of felt like I was watching the others in the Dharma Initiative. I'm not a big Lost fan. Did you get that vibe?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the generic vibe there is something is not right with these people. So, yeah, definitely.
Brad D says, man, I hate Andrea so much. She annoys me every time I see her. This episode was no different. The flirtatiousness with the governor was not needed.
So he's reading into that.
Eric T called the governor, said, I love the Wall of Talking Heads, but it's totally a Futurama ripoff. It would be funny if one of them was labeled like Al Gore or something.
Yeah, nice.
Philip Z says, it just mirrors the Woodbury crew, almost a mirror image of the male Atlanta survivors. We've got the governor, Rick, Merle, Daryl, Stephen the troubled doctor with a conscience, Herschel, a rather formidable-looking black guy without any lines, T-Dog, and a nervous Asian male who gets stuck running errands, Glenn.
Yeah.
If it turns out the governor had a son who wandered off because no one was paying attention, we'd almost have the full set.
No Lori, thankfully, in that group.
Well, he's only considering the male population.
Oh, okay.
Lori would be the tour guide if she was just totally talking shit about the governor the whole time. It's not really this great.
Yeah.
He could be doing a lot more. I like Philip better. Andy E says, I'm calling bullshit on a bunch of soldiers, all whom are cocked and loaded, assumed could be well-trained in gunplay, not getting off a single round on the Gov when he was that much exposed, and given there was a distinct pause before the rest of Woodbury crew opened fire. Yeah, that again... I don't know who directed this episode, but not the same guys who directed the first two episodes because they could do action. Yeah. This guy, not so good at doing action.
No.
Trisha DB says she didn't like the Woodbury set so much. Even at night, it looked very much like a set. The prison was rendered much better.
Yeah, why do I feel like that's true? It feels
It's
like
not.
a set.
It is a actual town, and we've had
But
multiple
it
people
looks
email. I know
like
it
a
does
set.
look. It does look Hollywood backlotish.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The Captain Albano said, as someone who thought that we're talking about I forgot to mention this, but now we've met Merle. There's no way the guy watching Carol doing the zombie peep show in the previous episode is Merle. There's no effing way.
No, probably not.
The way he's acting. So I mentioned that on Thread, and she ran with it. She says there's no way it could be him. Could it be a friendly human, an enemy human, or even a walker? If the lurker recognized Carol as friendly, I wouldn't think they would stay hidden. What do you think?
If it's a walker, I don't think it stays hidden.
Plus, we've never seen the
out.
point of view of a walker before.
Exactly. Yeah, if it's friendly, I don't think it stays hidden. And the enemy is the only option here. Something... I don't want to talk about the previews for next week. We'll save it till spoiler section.
Yeah.
So...
Moving on, Brandon G. from Georgia said, I've been hearing a lot of chatter on whether or not Randall from Season 2 is from the Governor's group. I have to say no. In Episode 8 of Season 2, Nebraska, Dave refers to the zombies as lame brains. In the past episode, the Governor's crew referred to them as biters. So I don't think that Randall is from their group, despite popular belief.
I like it.
Is the zombie etymology is that like a conclusive myth busted kind of thing?
Definitely not, but it does lend some credence to it. Plus... where are they at now? Where's the farm in relation to them? Where is... I don't know. 8 months is a long time to walk.
He says, I also reside in Georgia. We talked last week about the captain's viewing party in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's going on a zombie movie tour in Atlanta in a few weeks. Set location tours for The Walking Dead and for Zombieland.
Sweet.
He'll write in and let us know how it was, but I just want to give that to anybody in Atlanta, Georgia area. If you want to look at the zombie movie tour, it sounds pretty fun.
Apparently Atlanta is a zombie capital of the world.
It is a zombie nexus.
That's awesome.
Jason from Mississippi said, hey, Jim and Aaron, finally getting around to watching the last episode of Walking Dead. I have a few things I want to say. I thought this episode was average at best. Am I the only one who doesn't like Michonne on the TV show? Without any backstory, she just seems like a bitch who doesn't even try to get along with anyone. So, co-sign that?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Tom P. says, let's see... Oh, wow, he's getting
a lot of stuff
super,
you don't care to read, apparently.
No, he's getting super... Somehow I got lazy cutting out all the first-time listener...
Oh, yeah,
I usually trim all that, praise and stuff out, and I forgot to. So, anyway, he says that this guy took a soldier running away with an M16 M4 flat top with no optics mounted nor a real battle sight. So he's saying he's got no scope.
Yeah,
and I think
this
he's
guy
saying
has
that
military experience, right?
He's missing the iron sight on the back of the rifle.
Yeah.
And he took issue with that. If he had the stock sights on a rifle, those are pretty accurate.
What?
You can shoot a dude in the chest from 100 yards, no problem.
From what I recall reading emails, this guy was in the military in some form. I'm not going to question him because I have never shot an assault rifle, never shot a rifle, period. So... I'll go with his opinion.
I don't know. I'm a decent shot, and I just never found it hard to. I don't know. I've never tried to shoot at a running man.
I would hope not.
I can hit any bitty target from 100, 200, 300 feet away. So, anyway, Robert M says this episode is a total disappointment. The writers turned Michonne into a zombie-like mute who had to get the stink eye and grunt at anyone who looks at her way. I know the governor's trying to elicit information from Andrea and Michonne, but he was going way overboard with his niceness. I was half expected him to pull out a pair of knitted socks with their names on them.
Awesome. They're saving that for the Christmas episode. C-3PO comes out.
So the governor can teach us the true meaning of Christmas?
Yeah.
How fucked would that be if they did like a Christmas theme episode and it was tonally different?
Yeah.
Like it was a musical.
It was like a Christmas special.
Yeah. Teaching Carl the meaning. Christmas is important, even in zombie apocalypse, son.
I would love that. I would think it was hilarious.
Yeah, Carl, that tree ain't going to decorate itself now. Jessica C. wanted to chime in as one of the only 17 women who watched the show. I'm not sure. We've got a pretty split demographic on...
We're nowhere near Woodbury status, though.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
Yeah, I would say it's a sausage fest. I think the sausage and hamburger buns are about evenly distributed.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see. The subject you wanted to address came up a number of times in last week's cast, but no one here seemed to give it much thought. The 8-month time frame. Something you and I are slowly starting to come around to.
Yeah.
The writers kept talking about the characters keep talking about the hard winter in the last 8 months pretty interchangeably, which is making me crazy. See, she's from Atlanta. I cut that part of the email out.
Yeah.
Have the writers forgotten that this show is set in Georgia? Our cold lasts 3 months at the most. Sure, Atlanta might get one snow or ice storm, but down an hour or two from the city where the Grimes gang is running around, it does not get more than a bit frosty. This is true. Remember, we made fun of this last season because Rick was talking about rustling up snowmobiles. Yeah. And we actually asked, and this dude from Georgia is like, there's actually only one snowmobile
in the entirety of Georgia.
In the entirety of Georgia. Yeah. So good luck with that. It's not Manitoba, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, basically what she's saying is it's been a very long time since it's been cold. And they're still harping on, oh, God, the winter.
Yeah, and she continues... They're making it sound like they spent the winter in Maine. If Lori's still cutting up cucumbers up to the minute the Herschel's farm is overrun, that means they fled the farm by the beginning of October at the latest. 8 months later would place the current narrative around the beginning of June. Things in Georgia have been growing for months. It's been warm for months.
Yeah.
So she also says, on a related note, if more than half, or I'd say it looks like way, way more of the population is dead or zombified, there should be a lot more food and supplies to scavenge. It doesn't sound like there was enough time in between the zombie plague initially hitting and reaching its peak to completely deplete every Publix and Piggly Wiggly in the state, particularly when you find them every few miles. That's always been my point. Like, if a zombie apocalypse hits and reverse decimates, like takes out 90% of the human population, there'll be canned food and ammo for forever.
Yeah,
forever.
Definitely.
There's 300 million people live in this country, and now there's only 30, and we all get to divide the same stuff?
Yeah. No, that's a very strong point.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, let's see. Andy had some problems with the helicopter, too. He says, so apparently they take the bird up to scout ahead because they got jammed up in the highway. How bad could that jam be? They have military vehicles that do a little off-roading and sufficient weaponry to protect themselves. Why waste extremely precious helicopter fuel so soon?
My theory is that they were in a faulty RV. So they sent a guy ahead to scout,
and then
a kid ran off.
Yeah, they had one guy that just said appointed group guardian that he's just going to fake RV malfunctions to keep them together. Yeah, that's a good point because they're driving Humvees. What conceivable traffic jam could stop that?
I don't know. I mean, you'd need a wall of cars
stacked through the median,
and then even like you could go around that. So I'm envisioning like a deep, dense field of cars across the highway, and then woods, like thick wooded growth on both sides of the road.
Like if there was some form of like
sequoias,
I don't know,
redwoods,
300 Spartan dudes that stack cars on the wall to Thermopylae or something. That's what they ran up against.
Exactly.
Fletch says he found the episode riveting, and he, even though he did want to know what's going on in the other group, I agree that we shouldn't check up with them just to do it for the sake of seeing them, but I hope they find a way to work the two groups in together quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's
they're certainly moving at a faster pace this time, so I've been happy with it. We'll see if it continues. He
says, of course Andrea's hot for the governor. I guess even the zombie apocalypse doesn't cure bad taste in men. First Shane, now the governor. She is attracted to those psychotic but strong men, right?
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, she doesn't know how psychotic this guy is yet. I'm sure she'll find out.
I know she didn't know that about Shane either. That's just like, she just falls for the wrong guy.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
How cool would it be if Michonne leaves Andrea behind and hooks up with Rick and the gang by herself? I'd support that.
Yeah.
I have no love for Andrea.
Maybe
her
she
savage face.
Maybe she should stay back with the governor.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, the governor.
The governor. Rachel from Cleveland, the things she liked about this episode. Science. I love the governor has a scientific interest in zombies and the virus. Yeah, he's got someone else doing the dirty work, but it's clearly under his thumb. I wonder what else these guys have discovered about the virus and what we, the audience, just don't know yet. That was a cool part of the episode because when I don't know if you heard this, but when Andrea was kind of drugged or out of it and heading back, the governor was phoning ahead and says, I got another homework project for you. Mm-hmm. So this guy's been doing zombie science the whole time.
Yeah.
So, also says she has a tea theory. Jim had his Breaking Bad coffee theory. Now it's got a reboot. She also...
This is like the undead theory.
Yes.
You can chop its head off, but it still won't die.
As an aside, she says, I know you guys gave up on the coffee theory, but Walt used Gale's coffee device to trigger the fuse that blew up the super lab.
What?
I think that's true. He had an automatic timer to do the coffee stuff, and that's what they used to blow it up. Is that a subtle way to hint that the murder of Gale is where everything started to go wrong for Walt and Jesse?
I'm back on board.
Yeah.
The coffee theory lives.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, it's because
you don't watch Breaking Bad.
No.
Shame on you.
Breaking Good podcast. Check it out. Lucas R. says, today I have some death predictions for you all. I think by the end of the mid-season finale, we'll have 3 major character deaths. Beth, she will die because she's pointless. No one cares about her.
Oh, Carl cares
Jr.
about her.
Cares about her deeply.
Yeah. What's Carl going to do when she dies?
Truly, madly,
Hook
deeply.
up with Carol? That's going to be weird, Carl and Carol.
Plus, he needs to take a line, apparently. Like, Richard's on all that stuff, and Daryl's on that.
Yeah.
Andrea, my prediction is she will suffer a brutal death by the governor. This accomplishes 3 things: getting rid of a character who is not well liked. It makes the governor a clear-cut villain, and also give Michonne a reason to seek revenge.
What if he kills Michonne? Because she won't cooperate. Andrea goes along with it. Michonne doesn't. He kills Michonne.
What if?
Andrea gets wind of it.
I don't know.
Just speculating.
I think Beth is pretty likely. I think Andrea's character shields are pretty strong.
Okay.
Daniel WB, the professional podcast critic, says, a little down on this episode, Andrea's speedy recovery and gullibility, but she did have antibiotics coursing through her system there, Daniel.
True, but she did get better awfully quick.
The general Disney stage set feel to Woodbury, Merle playing second fiddle to the underwhelming governor, who just doesn't bring enough menace yet, and the muteness of Michonne each contributed to my disappointments. A bald move to leave the core group off screen, but I felt like a missed opportunity to at least explore the relationship between Andrea and Michonne during the slower-paced script. The rotor shredded soldier seemed like a waste of CGI resources to me. Tremendous visuals, but for what? And he also challenges us. Are we going to bring back the Survivor synopsis recap? We're so demanding.
It's all you, man.
What is he talking about? Is he talking about my survival review?
Yeah.
No effing way. That took so much time, and I've got barely enough time to do this podcast as it is.
Yeah.
So that was super fun.
But they were
loved
good.
It. They were. Check the site, and I don't know how you find it, honestly.
I don't know. We're going to be working on our site eventually.
Yes.
We know it sucks.
It's far
We're sorry.
too hard to find crap on our site.
Yeah.
Like historical content. So
Definitely.
we're working on it. That's all I got. We've got a ton of spoilers, including some semi-confirmed, big, bold, ballsy, in-your-face, machete-splitting skull spoilers that I'm going to save to the end of the spoiler section. So we say this on most weeks, but when the music starts at the end of this cast, flip off unless you want to be spoiled.
Definitely. All right. Well, let's get to the spoiler section. Let's do an outro. How about that?
Yeah. So we're part of the Bald Move Network, and we have a lot of shows.
Part of it.
We are.
We started
We
it. Come
founded
on.
this shit. We make this shit work, and we are joined by the Personal Arrogance crew out of Seattle.
Yeah.
If you like beer, if you like dropping scissors and almost stabbing your foot, if you like video games, board games, TV, pop culture. Guys being hilarious, check them out on the Personal Arrogance Show. We also have complete coverage of The Walking Dead, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Night's Watch, and Justified.
Yep.
So check out all of our fine podcasts there. If you'd like to send us a feedback, you can do so at watchingdead@baldmove.com, or you can join our Facebook site on facebook.com/baldmove. We have weekly show threads that get hundreds of responses and are a lot of fun. I try to watch the episode live. Jim live tweets at Twitter @baldmove.
I tried this week, but
we were late.
We were very, very late.
We came in about a half hour late, so we'll try to do better next week.
So my tweets wouldn't have made any sense.
That's the best kind.
Yeah. Half an hour later, oh shit, it's Merle!
Couple ways you can support us. We really would appreciate iTunes reviews. if we could make it north of 300, we'd need less than 20 reviews to get there. That would really help us out, because the more reviews we get and the more people subscribe to our podcast, the higher we rank in the TV and movie section, and that's our primary vector for getting new fans. So that really helps us. If you don't do anything else, take a few seconds out, pull up iTunes and give us a star rating and tell us what you think. Third is use our Amazon affiliate link at amazon.baldmove.com. You go there or go to our home site and click on the orange banner. It'll take you to Amazon's front page. Anything you buy on that session doesn't cost you a thing, but we steal a cut of Jeff Bezos' cut.
Yep.
And who can hate on us for that? Helps pay for our bandwidth, helps keep the lights on, helps me drinking red wine. Keeps me drinking red wine.
Yeah, we know that's what you guys like.
That's what, yeah. And tell a friend. Friends, family, you like Watching Dead and you're talking about it anyway, mention our show. We'd really appreciate it. We've got some people that tweet our links on Reddit. That's always, because I hate doing that myself. I feel like it's a downvote baiter, like people are just going to be like, oh, you self-promoting piece of shit, downvote.
Yeah, we both hate to self-promote.
Yep.
So whenever you guys do it, we're happy, but we won't do it ourselves.
So, anyway, that's all for the...
yeah, that's it.
Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, that's the usual.
We do have a sweet T-shirt at baldmove.spreadshirt.com. If you're a big Daryl fan, we got a shirt that says, I crossbow Daryl Dixon, and it's got the little, instead of the heart, it's got a red crossbow outline.
Another failure of our website.
Another failure, because we hate to promote, man. But it's pretty cool. We got ladies' tees, multiple colors and sizes. It's I like the shirt. It's a good design, Jim. We need to get a Magnum 357
Rick
Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'll work on that.
The other boat we completely missed out on is election shirts. We could add some sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Grimes for Rick Tatership 2012.
On. Yeah. Well, there's always the next 4 years.
His campaign quote would be,
I
killed my friend for you people.
We spilled blood.
Yes, that's it.
That would be a good one.
Grimes Dixon 2012. We spilled blood.
I love it.
We got a week left in the election cycle, man. We can make this happen.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to this episode. And as we said, massive spoilers at the end, so don't stick around if you don't want to hear those. As always, until next week, I'm Jim.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're back with the spoiler section. Go ahead and run the preview for next week.
Next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
The gate is open. How the hell can this be happening?
We could use a soldier like you.
Your gut tells you there's something off about this place. Rather take my chances out there than stay here.
We had an agreement.
She told me where I could find that farmhouse they were holed up in.
Somebody is playing games.
Wow, that was an impressive Rick showing, man. How can this be happening? And we had an agreement.
This looks like a freaking awesome episode, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's fucking with him.
Yeah.
And Rick wants to find out who it is.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
And you will find out all the answers to that if you stick around in the spoiler section. So you better get
you will.
GTFO after I read a little bit here by Julie Webster, who has a really thoughtful take on... something we talked about last week, or actually we didn't. It was something from the episode last week. She says, regarding significance of any regarding Oscar and his moment of I don't plead for my life. There's a moment in the trailer where a woman wearing a hair wrap screams, no! I think it's Carol, and of course I can't find it, but since there won't be a Tyrese, perhaps Oscar is going to have that awful moment where the governor tries to use Tyrese as a chip to get into the prison. And then when it doesn't work, in a fit of rage, he uses Michonne's katana to cut off his head. If I'm correct, Oscar and Axel are going to integrate into the group over the next few episodes and help defend against the Woodbury people. Oscar will get taken, and that scene is going to be played out, and that scream is Carol's when it happens. He'll probably be getting screamed at by the governor to plead for his life or whatever, and that's the callback to the episode Sick. It would fulfill a moment of them becoming well-liked characters and then be killed by the enemy to solidify the group by losing another member and also solidify our collective hatred of the governor.
Okay, I like it.
Andrew WB asks, how violent do you think they'll make the governor?
Andrew or Daniel WB? I'm always confused by this.
No, it's Dan. It's. Oh wait, it does say Andrew. No, it's Daniel WB. I just fucked it up.
Okay, all right.
He asked us as part of the email, how violent do you think they'll make the governor? In the comic, he's super fucking violent.
Yeah.
And, we talked about this a couple episodes ago about the torture he does to Michonne and also the torture she does back to him. Mm-hmm. Super graphic, super disturbing. I don't know that AMC can get away with it. I mean, so we got the fish head zombies in the aquarium. Do you think we'll see the governor's zombie daughter? Or niece, I guess.
I didn't get that far in the comic, but I assume there is the governor's zombie daughter.
See, I thought that's what we were going to see when it kept on panning over.
Yeah,
I thought she was going to be like sitting chained up by the chair, and I was going to be so fucked up.
Nice. Sure, why not? They're not going to cut off Rick's hand, surely.
No.
We've already got a guy with no hand. We've got a guy with no leg. Yeah. But if they did, they would show it. Because they showed Herschel's leg getting chopped right off.
Sure. But are they going to show like a dude's eyeball getting scooped out with a spoon? Are they going to show
I think they will.
Someone's nutsack getting nailed to a board?
Nutsack nailed to? Oh no, they won't show that.
Oh, that's what moves you. That's what moves the needle on Jim's emotion-ometer.
I'm just feeling empathy for the guy getting his nutsack nailed to a board.
The governor.
Oh well, regardless, that would suck.
Actually, I think it's the tip of his dick.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
They can't show that because of public decency standards.
No, but they could show it without showing it.
They can imply it.
Yeah, kind of like what they would do James Bond nutsack torture.
What?
You didn't see the wasn't it Casino Royale?
No.
Really?
I saw Casino Royale, but what are you talking about?
Where they sit him down naked in that chair that has no seat, and the dude just keeps wailing on his junk with that. What do you call that? Like a blackjack?
No, I don't know what they call
sock full of pennies? I don't know. It looked painful.
I don't know. I draw a distinction between graphic violence and thematically dark stuff. And I so far have seen them go as far as I've wanted them to with both.
Okay.
So I would not be surprised if they go full hog with the governor.
Honestly, I don't need a lot of bloody graphic violence. I think it's more effective if they imply and don't show.
And I think the
zombies do whatever you want. But
yeah, I think the dark tones are what we're really looking for in this series, right?
Maintain dark tones.
Yeah, zombies traditionally, like zombie series, zombie movies, will have graphic violence. That's kind of part of it. But the thing that's different about this is the dark tones to it.
All right, are you ready for the super duper spoilers?
I guess. I don't really want to hear them either.
So,
but
Jesse B dug up a site called TVOvermind.com, and they have a load of Walking Dead spoilers. Apparently, this guy got an advanced review copy and broke the embargo for whatever reason.
Okay.
So the episode is, and again, I'm going to take these with a grain of salt because at least one of the spoilers seems almost unbelievable. But
in the past, we have had faulty spoilers. A big one.
Yeah, that came from a little bit more of a dubious source. Yeah. Although, like I said, this source has been right before. Yada yada yada. For entertainment purposes only. We'll all find out next week.
Yeah.
This episode is split between the prison and Woodbury. The Woodbury segment is very talky and features some awesome dialogue between Andrew and Merle, Andrew and the governor, and Andrew and Michonne. The creepy feeling that the governor might be putting the make on Andrew also gets a little reinforcement. But the prison is where the action is at. A herd of zombies attacks a prison while Rick's group is separated. With the prison generators running, the prison alarms are blaring, attracting walkers from all over the countryside. The groups consist of Rick, Daryl, Glenn, seeking out the generators with the help of inmate Axel and Oscar, Herschel and Beth locked into a cage for their safety, T-Dog and Carol running for their lives, and Lori, Carl, and Maggie also running for their lives. The first to die is T-Dog.
Oh, without a single damn line.
He suffers a walking bite to his shoulder. In an act of bravery, he sticks with Carol, determined to get her to safety. The bite is a one-way ticket on its own, but the way he dies is truly gruesome. With the route ahead blocked by walkers, T-Dog runs full steam, ollie ollie oxen free.
With his shield?
Yeah, Red Rover, send T-Dog right over, managing to knock back the walkers and open a brief window for Carol to escape.
Sweet.
The second death comes at the end of the episode. Lori goes into labor and attempts to deliver the baby. At first, it appears she'll be able to deliver without cesarean, but then she begins bleeding profusely. With no way to help stop the labor or get help, Lori comes to a decision. Maggie must cut the baby out of her. Lori accepts that she will die in the process.
Good.
With Carl looking on, Maggie cuts the baby from Lori's body. Lori dies in the process.
Yes!
In a very emotional scene, Carl decides that he should be the one to put the bullet in his mother's brain to prevent her from coming back, and we flash to season 2. When Rick and Carl were sitting in the barn, and Rick told his son, no more kid stuff. People are going to die.
Wow. I like it.
He mentions that the end of the episode is absolutely heart-wrenching. Rick and his group arrive at the separate part of the courtyard from Maggie, Carl, and the baby. As they draw closer, it becomes more evident what has transpired, and Rick absolutely loses it. It's a stunning portrayal of grief by Andrew Lincoln, and we'll reach through the screen and squeeze the ever-loving tears. Right? Okay, buddy, this isn't that kind of show, man. If I cry at the end of next week's The Walking Dead, I can't think of anything outrageous enough to put on the line.
Yeah.
I'll nail the tip of my own dick to a board right here in the studio.
I don't want to see that.
You're
on
not
screen
going
or
to.
live.
Andrew Lincoln.
It'll be implied.
Griefing? Are you kidding? That'll probably and over Lori's death.
Yeah.
I'm already going to be halfway into my bottle of tequila and got the salsa flowing, man. There's no way that can bring me down.
That's true. We got the fiesta next week, apparently.
Apparently so. I mean, you'll know it first if you hear the what do you call that music? The a mariachi music. Yeah, we're going to open the cast of the mariachi.
Hell yeah. I'm just a little disappointed that nobody tried to eat that baby.
Jeez. So, a couple other bullet points. Someone's still sneaking around the prison, stringing up mutilated deer parts to lure walkers in. It should be obvious from the first couple shots it's not Merle or the governor. Back in Woodbury, Michonne does some detective work, notices blood and bullet holes in the newly acquired military vehicle, and she wonders when do walkers carry guns. The governor tries to sweet talk her like the politician he is, but she's not having it.
Oh.
Michonne wants to get the hell out of Woodbury, go to the coast, find a boat, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Andrew is a sucker for bad boys, though, and wants to stay at the governor. Merle asks permission to go look for his brother. Rick, okay, this is the thing that's crazy. Along with Lori dying, Rick and the crew search for the generator room for the siren with Axel and Oscar in tow. The mystery saboteur is Andrew, the squirrely little dude that was last seen being torn apart by zombies off screen.
Yeah. Okay, if that's true, I've got to go back and watch that episode again. Because I want to hear the
bloody
sounds.
effing murder.
Yeah. I want to hear what's going on out there.
A fight ensues. Oscar finds himself with Rick's gun, holding both Rick and Andrew at gunpoint. He shoots Andrew and hands the gun back to Rick, proving his loyalty, which poor Axel had been trying to do awkwardly and unsuccessfully all episode. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Andrew came back as a zombie with vengeance, and that proves conclusively that they have a shadow of their former selves or whatever.
Huh. It sounds like a good episode.
It does.
Lori's death alone is going to make that a good episode.
Yeah.
So
I'm finding myself, is it wrong to be hoping the spoilers are true?
No, definitely not. Not when they involve Lori dying.
I just don't know. Now I'm starting to feel bad cheering for a pregnant mother to die.
She won't be pregnant when she dies.
You're right. I totally feel better about it already.
All right.
That's what we got, man.
Wow.
You
Mega
ready
spoilers.
You ready to call it a cast?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. See you guys next week for the
Fiesta.
Fiesta.